here at Victor J. Andrew High School with an awesome T-Bolt. So Michelle Cordova is a senior here at VJA. She's done things around here called restorative circles, which she's going to tell us about in a minute. She's also the president of Project Save, which is a really cool organization that really talks about how to keep us safe and people feel like they belong here at school. But most importantly, I want you to tell us about kind of your journey here at Andrew High School when it comes to those things that you're very passionate about, restorative circles and Save. First of all, what are they and what drew you to them?
Restorative Circles is a really good program. We work alongside the Dean's Office, and our job is to pretty much help mediate any sort of conflict between students, whether that was a fight, just a bad decision made. Our job is to pretty much get students to make up or just have students understand like where they went wrong and then move on from that. Going on to Save Students Against Violence Everywhere. It is a club founded under the Sandy Hook Promise, and the whole point of the club is to pretty much promote kindness and promote the idea of saying something if you see something, whether that's someone, being sad, someone acting a little strange. Just always being able to point out those things and let an adult know is super important and is what makes school a much better and safer place.
You kind of have a really established path in front of you. Eventually, you want to become an immigration lawyer.
So I am a first-generation American citizen, and growing up, my mom actually crossed the border with coyotes. So she was undocumented for a really long time. And growing up, when she became a citizen, I watched how hard she worked, how she had to study. It's just a really hard process, and obviously she came here for the American dream, and that's something I'm really passionate about. So just the idea of being able to give a family, just give someone that opportunity to stay in this great nation and accomplish everything they want is really fulfilling for me.
I'm really proud to introduce you to Tom Bell. Tom is our building manager, has been here for
going on year two.
Two?
Yes.
Seems like forever.
I know it does.
But I know why it seems like forever, because you were a T-Bolt before you became a building manager, right?
I'm an 04 grad, so it's like coming back home again. So it's been really fun to be here for these 2 years, and I've seen things behind the scenes as a student I never knew happened, so it's kind of cool to be here in this capacity.
It's as important to you to make sure that the people here feel like this is their home or a place that they feel comfortable than anything else. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why Andrew High School for you feels like a little bit of home.
Once a T-Bolt, always a T-Bolt. That carries on whether I'm 20 years out, coming back in, still the same way. And I really appreciate that feeling. Everyone makes you feel at home every time you're here. My transition was so much easier because of that. I have staff that have been here for quite some time that were very gracious and helpful and helped me go through. They've been doing it since day one to now. So just kind of that group effort and all elements kind of helps you get through, especially as a new employee, but also come back home again because there's a lot of new upgrades and things like here, which is kind of cool to come back and see. When this opportunity came around, I couldn't rush to it fast enough and was looking forward to coming back here. Obviously, 20 years out, there's a lot of new faces coming through, but there's also some familiar faces. As a building manager, you kind of have your footprint or your hand in a little bit of everything, especially with staff who have been here that I oversee throughout a daily basis. They had to really kind of buy into my perspective of where we wanted to go, and I wasn't trying to recreate the wheel, we're just trying to grease it up a little bit and try to make it a little bit better.
I am here at Amos Alonzo Stagg High School. I am talking to Natalie Madura. Natalie is a senior here at Stagg High School, and she is in a bevy of things. You're obviously big into making a difference here at Stagg. What do you think where do you think that comes from?
I just think that comes from a love of my fellow peers and a love of this place. I don't want to say that I am some sort of role model, even though I could be, but I want to show people that taking these not only leadership positions, but doing anything good in your community or being a participant from like choir and working on your music to powerlifting and helping other people with their form, you really make an impact. And the fact that I'm able to make a difference and that I can have these quote unquote like leadership positions and actually like put in my input, put in the work, and it will become something bigger than myself. That's very inspiring, and that's why I want to pursue it. Just not only making an impact on your wide community and the world, but the worlds of every other person around you, because it's important to remember that every person is a world in itself, and to impact just one world is a lot.
Seja Al-Najjar is a teacher here at Stagg High School, but you're going to find out she does a whole lot more as well. So one of the things that you've kind of brought to the table here is this girls football program thing. So,
yeah.
So tell us about it.
I did Powder Puff last year, and I was thinking to myself at the time, like, how do we not have a girls football team? it's time. It's 2023. We got to move forward with society and have a girls football team. And it was all an idea that I talked about it with Mary Pat, and she told me that these are the steps I need to take in order to move forward. So I took all those steps, and I wanted to see like how big is it going to grow. So I received about 60 girls who were interested, and every time someone hears about it, they come to me like, can I join? So it's definitely drawing a lot of interest, and the girls are really enjoying it.
You've competed against other schools. How are those going?
It is our first time ever running it.
Sure.
So we've won a game, we've lost a few, but the girls are getting better each and every week. So despite the outcomes of the game, they're still doing so great. They're building on their skill each and every week. And given the fact that a lot of girls never held a football before, just doing as great as they are right now it's going great.
You have a big role with Charger Nation. So tell us, what is Charger Nation and what do you think they do to make an impact here at Stagg?
Yeah, so what Charger Nation basically is getting all the other students involved and just spreading that Charger pride, whether it's at games, at assemblies, whatever it may be. I can really use my impact as a Stagg alum and telling them this is the best way, guys, to spread Charger pride. This is how you can get your peers involved, all the students, everyone who's a part of Stagg involved, to be out there in the community and really support one another.
Here at Sandburg High School, talking to Fred Paranto in the Social Studies Department. A lot of people bend your ear about how to teach. So what about macroeconomics do you love, and how do you make your kids love it too?
The thing that makes it really accessible for kids is its current events. We're learning about recessions, inflations, things like that, investing money. So it's all the things they hear about on the news or in the newspapers and don't quite understand yet. And I remember one time 2 kids walking out my door and one kid turning to the other and saying, I finally feel like an adult. That's kind of what I'm hoping for in this class, is that they can access things they've heard about, but now they can kind of have a deeper understanding of them.
You kind of informally, at least, mentor a lot of social studies teachers over the years. Why is that important, do you think, to be that person to the younger teachers coming through?
It's just paying it forward. I had great mentors when I was here. From each of those people, I learned a different part of what I want to be as a teacher. And I remember looking at those guys towards the end of their career and thinking, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. What makes Sandburg special, the staff is just so close and so good to each other. When you see people like Derek Smith, our current principal, who came from being a student to a staff member and worked his way up the chain. I mean, it's hard to say, but so many people who have left and gone to other places will get together and they'll just say it's just not the same as Sandburg. And it's always been a place like that, and it's the teachers that came before me that started that, and hopefully it'll continue.
So Susanna is a senior here at Sandburg High School, and she is an amazing leader here at the school, which includes, among other things, student council as acting president, and as well as a really important member of your Superfans Club. What made you want to step into the role, let's just say the role of the president of student council?
Definitely past presidents that I've had for student council. I always looked at them and I admired all of their work. I thought they took on the responsibility very well, and I just wanted to continue that legacy. Trying to make Sandburg a better place, trying to make more students who might not be that social get out of their shell a little more, make them explore all the options possible at Sandburg since there are so many.
Superfans, tell me about that club. What do you guys do, and why is that something that you like to do too?
Superfans is a lot of fun. We help hype up the student sections at games. We create a lot of fun videos advocating for the games too, for all sports, and support the people on the field. It's just a great outlet to meet new people. I try to get as involved as I can. I've made probably hundreds of friends just from the clubs I've been in. I feel like you should explore all the types of people at Sandburg too that you usually wouldn't maybe be friends with. Everyone here just wants so much success for each other. I think I've had so many teachers that have had after school sessions or have told me to come in during my lunch period to just help me out and let me have success in their class, which is amazing. It's just really great. Sandburg has the best people ever.